Gorilla 7 video series. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to create your first stripboard. Before I begin this lesson, make sure you have some breakdown sheets, either by importing a screenplay or by creating them manually. Also make sure you have at least one phase with some shoot days attached to it. The stripboard allows you to organize your breakdown sheets on shoot days. It is incredibly easy to use and allows for easy customization of how your strips appear. From the toolbar, select the Stripboard button. Enter a name for your first board. A schedule can have more than one board, and I will show you how to add a second board later. I'm going to call this board Default. Next, you must attach the board to a production phase. We learned about production phases and shoot days in a previous lesson. Attaching a board to a particular phase allows you to use the breakdown sheets that are attached to that phase only. Click OK. Next, you will see all your breakdown sheets in a strip format. Here you can see why the colors are so important. The yellow strips are exterior day, the white strips are interior day, and the blue strips are interior night, etc. To see the color coordination of the strips, select Stripboard Colors from the Edit pull-down menu. Here you can change the colors of the strips based on the day-night fields and the interior-exterior field. You can also change the Daybreak color, which by default is black, or the banner color, or the highlight color. Let's go back to the stripboard. You have 4 layout or view options accessible from the Layout pull-down menu. We are looking at the horizontal layout right now. There is also a horizontal thin option and a vertical option. By default, your strips are created on the stripboard in screenplay import order, as you can see here by the Scene column. At the end of the board, you will see your shoot days for the production phase, also known as your Daybreak strips. Let's schedule our first day. We are going to shoot all our apartment scenes on the first day. So what you want to do is clump together those scenes. But we want them at the top of the board before these 2 scenes. So grab them all by selecting the Shift key and then drag them to the top of the board. Next, we want to insert a Daybreak right here, after the last apartment scene. There are 2 ways to do this. You can scroll down to the bottom of the board and drag the first shoot day up to this position, or you can highlight the last apartment scene and then select the Insert Daybreak button. This will insert the first shoot day after the selected strip. We have now scheduled our first day of shooting. Notice on the top right of the board, it says Board Not Saved. Every time you rearrange the board, it does not automatically save the changes. So let's go ahead and save this board by selecting the Save button. Notice the Board Not Saved message is gone. If you close the stripboard and then come back to it later, all your changes will be saved. The second you move a strip, the current board is not saved. Next, I want to explain board IDs. Notice on the left-hand side of the board, there is a list of all your characters. This is called a header board. Each character should have a board ID, which is a numeric number. If you do not have an ID attached to your characters, see the lesson on board IDs. On the board, here in this column, you will see the number or the ID of the character in this scene. So for the first day of shooting, the characters with the ID of 1 and 3 are needed. This will help you tremendously when organizing your stripboard. Lastly, I want to go over page count. If your scenes have a page count attached to them, and if you import it from Final Draft or Movie Magic Screenwriter, then they will have a page count. The Daybreak strip will automatically calculate your total page count for the day. So here you can see that the first day of shooting will include 4 1/8 pages of script. Next, let's scroll down to the end of the board. Notice that the last shoot day is March 9th. This is because when the production phase principal photography was created, the last shoot day specified, or the end date, was March 9th. If you want to add another shoot day, say March 10th, you can do that here on the stripboard without going back to the shoot day screen. To do this, from the stripboard pull-down menu, select Add Daybreak, Create New Shoot Day. The new strip will appear on the very bottom of the board, and you can now schedule strips for that shoot day. Similarly, if you want to remove the last daybreak, in other words, shortening your shoot, select Remove Last Daybreak, Delete Shoot Day. Note that this is a great way to quickly add a few days to your production phase without going to the shoot day screen. If you need to completely change your shoot days, you need to close the stripboard and go to the shoot day calendar. Another new feature in Gorilla 7 is the ability to add a new scene directly from the stripboard. In order to do this, from the stripboard pull-down menu, select Add Scene. A list of scenes for the entire schedule will appear in a list. You can only add a scene that is attached to the current production phase, and that is why these scenes down here cannot be added. But to add a new scene, not even created as a breakdown sheet, select the New Breakdown Sheet button. You can then manually enter information for your new scene, including scene number, page count, etc. Notice that the phase is already entered for you. The new scene will appear on the bottom of the board in the unscheduled area. That's a wrap. Have a great shoot.